Let's start over. Hello and welcome to the first episode of ranking the primeval creatures on the tier list. My name's John.
I'm Ben.
I'm Kathi.
Yeah.
And I'm Hodge.
And today we're just going to go through the creatures. I have to put them in the order in which they appear. I can see some that I accidentally have not, and I think now. So we're just going to go through the creatures and put them on the tier list, S obviously being the best tier and F being the worst. Okay, the first creature we have up is the Gorgonopsid. Now, okay, so I'm thinking this is definitely going to rank high because the Gorgonopsid was a very cool creature, no?
Definitely.
Yeah, it was the first one that we saw.
Yeah, so... And plus that fight with the future predator.
It's so weird because I think it's like such an iconic creature, and we only see it in season 1.
Yeah, I know. It should have been a lot more. It should have made more appearances. I don't want to put it in S tier because of it is iconic, but it doesn't really. It only really is in 2 episodes.
I'd say A.
I agree.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
All right, so Gorgonopsid's A tier.
It's weird because it was on the packaging for the toy, and it's only in 2 episodes, and it's not even a toy. Yeah.
And if you look on the toys, the Rex design is the wrong one because it doesn't have wings yet. Speaking of Rex, we're ranking next, and I think this one's pretty obvious.
S.
Rex is an obvious S tier. Rex is my
Oh
favorite.
god, yes.
S for sure.
All the
Rex is
way.
the 100% the best creature in Primeval.
Basically the mascot.
Yeah,
He's in every season.
in almost every episode.
All right, so next comes the Scutosaurus. The Scutosaurus is different because it technically appears more times than the Gorgonopsid, but it doesn't really do much until season 2. And even then, it doesn't do too much.
I feel like it's probably gonna rank lower for me at least, because I feel like a lot of the time it's just kind of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only time it really does anything is when it tramples those guards.
I would say B tier.
I agree.
Plus, it's a lot bigger than the real one would have been.
Yeah, and it looks a lot different.
Yeah, it's got a really weird head.
It is the first creature the team encounters. So I was gonna say C, but I guess B is a good tier.
I'm thinking C or B as well.
Yeah, C or B.
Okay. Next comes the Ammonite.
I put it in C. I don't care about it.
You don't care about it?
I love them in general, but I didn't remember.
Oh yeah, I always got confused at the end. I was like, "What the hell is that pink thing on the table?"
So basically, Helen just drowned a bird.
Why Ellen will be so cruel with a poor cephalo? This is animal cruelty.
I hate to do this to the poor Ammonite. F tier. It's not really. It doesn't do anything. It just dies.
Yeah.
It just sits there and dies.
I honestly put it in C tier. I don't care.
All right. So now we're done with episode 1 finally, and now we're on to episode 2, which is probably Kathy's least favorite episode because bugs. So first we have the Carboniferous or Raptor. That's kind of a lower tier creature. It doesn't really do much in the show. It doesn't really help the plot along. It's just a red herring for our next creatures.
It's only in the 1 episode.
I'd say C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yes,
D.
I put C. I don't care much about that arachnid.
I'll stick it in the C tier just since some of us say C, some of us say D.
Yeah.
Very low C tier. Okay, so the next we have the Arthropleura. That's a pretty cool creature, honestly.
I don't know.
Honestly, I hate it.
Yeah, same.
I prefer the prehistoric park incarnation.
Oh, that's right. This Arthropleura is woefully inaccurate.
So I feel this Arthropleura feels too much, too aggressive, too over the top.
In real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the overall design. I think it just kind of looks like a generic centipede.
Yeah, they just like
Yes.
the generic centipede, and you're like, okay, let's just pump it with steroids.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think maybe you're right with maybe a low B or high C.
I'd say be generous because it
Yeah.
does almost kill Steven.
Yeah, I'm gonna put respect for the Arthropleura, but it'll be low B. Next we have a pretty iconic creature from season 1, episode 3, the Mosasaurus.
Oh.
Hey,
This
hey.
is the,
Hey.
I ranked it pretty low, honestly.
The thing
What'd you
was
say?
awesome.
it was awesome.
Well, it does kind of look like it's got just like an Allosaurus head. I think it's just so cool.
It was interesting, but I despise when osteoderms are added for no reason.
Yeah.
What tier do you think we should put the Mosasaur in then?
D.
D?
D.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I would say high B.
I would say high B
B or A.
as well. Maybe even A, but
Yeah.
yeah, let's just
Didn't it also perform the first kill in the series?
on screen.
Yes.
The Arthropleura. I'm gonna put Mosasaurus. I'm gonna make it the
Mid-B?
highest B.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
compromise.
Yeah. Compromise.
Yeah, just because Bonny works at a D. Speaking of
That's
really
harsh,
inaccurate,
dude.
speaking of really inaccurate creatures, we have the Hesperornis.
Oh,
Wow.
Jesus.
F.
Yeah, this one really didn't add much to the episode. It was like they
I-
kind of just threw it in at the last second.
Wow.
It's also
Why
way
is it
oversized because
unfeathered?
Ben and I went to the museum and they have a Hesperornis skeleton, and it's like the size of a modern seagull, basically.
Also, imagine the plumber, right? Imagine being the guy in Primeval that dies to the fucking Hesperornis of all things.
Poor guy.
Yeah, we should get killed by a goose.
He's,
The only thing I like about the Hesperornis is the fact that the toy line gave us an actual Hesperornis figure.
oh yeah.
Feathered bird. Come on. F. F.
F, yeah.
Honestly, especially because it's naked. Like, it
Yeah.
has no feathers whatsoever. F.
If you told
Yeah.
me that like that's a Hesperornis, I would not have believed you.
I was gonna give it a D tier, but most of you are saying F. So
I would say D.
Strange considering the dodo in the next episode.
yeah, so I'm gonna give it a high F, low D kind of thing. So just stick it in the F tier. Dodo birds are next.
Oh.
Ooh.
They actually have feathers.
Ooh.
Okay, they're adorable.
Are we ranking them and the parasite as one thing, or
No.
do it separate? Okay.
If we're ranking them separately, then I'd say Dodo's like high B.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
I
was
put
gonna say
them
B.
in A, Frank.
under the Mosasaurus and Scutosaurus, but before the Arthropleura.
I
Just
think they earn B just from like subverting expectations because like we get all these vicious predators coming through and then we get these little dodo birds.
I love them too. They're
I
really
love them.
they are adorable. Until they start biting people.
And they are the first feathered creature in the show.
All right, so Parasite comes next.
It causes, in my opinion, one of the most like emotionally tolling scenes in the series.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
when Tom.
Because it
dies.
brings about like the idea that these creatures aren't just going to kill random citizens. It'll affect people that they care about.
Yeah, I was gonna say A. I put it in A just for the concept alone because it's just so creepy.
Honestly, I agree with you. Parasite is definitely A tiers. It's below the Gorgonopsid for sure. But
Yeah.
it's still A tier. It's the plot relevance. This is where we have to do our first explanation. This is the Primeval original series Pteranodon. We're not going to count the New World one just yet.
We'll get to that one another time.
This Pteranodon, this is probably the most accurate creature in the show.
It is
Oh,
amazing.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah, I
it.
really like the
It-
Pteranodon.
I've loved it, yeah.
Such a gorgeous design.
Unlike the Carboniferous arachnids, they did a little more with this red herring. Like, they had Cutter and Steven
Yeah.
actively trying to save it. And
Yeah.
it was... The ending of the episode was just phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
Then the color
Yeah.
scheme is fantastic.
I love the color scheme, too.
I love when we get peaceful creatures that come through, because like not every creature is going to be this vicious, bloodthirsty killer.
Yeah.
Tell
true.
that to the writers of New World. I do like how Helen, this in season 3, the Pteranodon's what causes Helen to drop her opening device, which is what eventually saves Abby and Connor. So we
Oh.
got to rank it highly for that.
It's always
Helen
the
always
pterosaurs with Helen. 'Cause in season 2, it attacks her.
Oh yeah,
What'd she do to piss off the Pteranodons?
She was stealing like
stealing
the
the
eggs.
egg. She was being an Oviraptor. This is definitely A tier. So maybe less than the Gorgonopsid, but more than the Parasite.
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, this is gonna divide a lot of opinions. I really like the Agurognathus, even
I do
despite
too.
it being inaccurate. The fact
I'm neutral on it.
The
I like
idea
how-
was interesting, but the creature.
I like how these Agurognathus inadvertently gave us figures of Agurognathus, which again no other company
Yeah.
has made.
Yes.
Yes.
I have
I
like
love
8 of
it.
them.
Collector in me wants to like it more.
I have 8 of them. It does kill April in season 5,
True.
True.
Ah, true. Yeah.
which it has to have points for that. I hated April.
Valid, very, very valid point.
I'm in.
Who
now.
doesn't?
They've done a good job.
Oh, we've got Dylan in here.
Wait.
Oh, Dylan's here.
Oh, look
Yeah,
at
I was able to join.
Yeah, I'd say B. Sounds
Yeah,
right.
B is good.
B is good.
Alright,
Yeah, B is.
B.
D
I'm gonna
for
put
B.
it under the. I'm gonna put it the lowest in the B. Actually, do you think it's better than the Arthroplura or worse? I think it's better than the Arthroplura. I'm not.
I
too
think
sure.
I like the
Yeah.
Agurognathus.
Yeah, I think it is
Yeah.
better than the
It's
Arthropod.
better.
Yeah, I'd put it above 2.
I'm gonna stick it higher than the Arthroplura.
Yeah.
Why don't we just put it between the Scutosaurus and the Dodo then?
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
just,
that sounds.
That's
just to
good, yeah.
factor Bonnie's opinion in. But yeah, it is a really creature. I love I like the design even though it's inaccurate. But
Yeah, same.
the fact that we
Yeah.
have an Agurognathus from it is a lot.
It's quite like the Compsognathus from Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Next, we have probably the most iconic creature of the series, the Future Predator.
Oh.
Ooh.
First,
God tier. This
Feel
thing's
like
S.
Yeah, yeah.
Double S tier.
Double
Yeah,
S tier.
yeah.
honestly, I think it's an S tier. It's obviously here. This is one of the coolest creatures of the series.
Cool. One of the coolest fictional creatures in general, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like the impact
It's
that
original
this
as
thing
well.
had on the series is just undeniable. And I feel like it would be wrong to put it anywhere other than S, personally.
Yeah.
Right.
Also,
it opened up the
the-
possibility of other creatures coming from the future. The idea of future and all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that Helen had been there.
Future Predator, one of the best creatures in Primeval. The question is, do we rank him under Rex or above Rex?
Where have you put
Ooh.
Rex?
Bob.
Rex is an S tier.
Oh, obviously, Future Predator has to be S tier as well. But like, where do we?
Oh.
Because we can put it below Rex or we can put it above Rex.
Rex is pretty
Oh.
iconic. So
I would put it below, to be honest.
Me too.
Oh, I mean, in terms of like impact, I think it has to be at the top. But I really don't want to put it above the little lizard guy.
Rex is just
Yeah.
adorable.
Yeah,
Yeah, me either. I really don't want to put it above Rex.
No.
it's
maybe-
kind of sacrilegious.
all right, so he's S tier but below Rex.
Yeah.
Besides, it makes sense. Rex appears in literally every series. Future Predators weren't in 4. Makes sense. Okay,
Yeah.
Raptors are next. Speaking of,
oh, S tier.
Ooh.
this
S.
is I think
S.
they're S as well. The Primeval Raptor design is iconic.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
This,
love them.
this dinosaur
My
is what ends
favorite.
up killing Helen Cutter.
oh yeah.
It ends up,
Yeah.
this
Very
ends
true.
up being what kills Henry Merchant too, who was also kind of a douche canoe.
Oh yeah.
He was.
He was, yeah.
Well, some people are more like a bell-end kayak, but I mean,
I think
True.
that we should put them in A.
I'm almost
Yeah.
wanting to put them in S tier though.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the top of
Yeah.
A. I do want to put them in S. Oh, it's
Same.
also the
Same.
first dinosaur we see. Who
Oh,
votes to put it in S and who votes to put it in A?
Me.
S.
I vote for S.
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 We
I'd
need
say
more
S.
creatures in
Yeah,
S.
S. It's S. It's S, but below the future predator.
Yeah, yeah.
Next comes Kathy's favorite creature, the fogworm.
Aw.
Oh, you mean the King Kong ripoffs?
I put those creature in B. They have an interesting concept of creature dependent by its period and atmosphere.
I don't like it as much as the other creatures, though. I mean, the fog does make a spooky atmosphere for the episode.
It's quite eerie.
yeah. And I like how they do give a creature a weakness.
Yeah.
They also get some pretty good kills as well when Steven puts it down that photocopier.
The fog also allows them to save in budget too, so they don't have to show it.
Yeah, that in season 5. Fogworms, I'm gonna put low B, maybe below the Arthroplura. So that would be the lowest in the B right now,
Yeah.
or maybe C.
Yeah, see. For me, at least.
I'm going to be generous. I'd say low B.
Not to insult, but it's a average creature. It's a very good monster of the week creature. So yeah,
Yeah.
C.
It is, yeah.
I put it in B. Lowest
Okay,
B.
Yeah, low B is okay.
Next, we have a pretty iconic creature, the Smilodon, which is like the
Ooh.
Gorgonopsids. It should have appeared more, I think.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love it.
Just the design alone.
In the colors.
But I still think it's quite a cool model. I think the only gripe I'd have with it is that the claws are always out, which is
Yes.
inaccurate.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Other than that, I think it's quite a cool model, and it looks quite realistic in the shots that it's in with like the background.
I think it's.
Yeah.
I honestly think it's A tier.
Yeah.
Because
Same.
it's
Yeah.
realistic.
I'd say maybe lower in A tier, but I'd say definitely A.
I'm gonna put it next to the above the Parasite, obviously, and next to the Pteranodon, and below the Pteranodon.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is easier than we thought. Oops. All right, next creature is the Future Shark.
Underrated as hell.
That's
Yeah.
tough because we really don't see it in action. We see the fin and then we see the carcass.
Okay, but Carcass is
Doesn't do much.
phenomenal.
It looks really
I
realistic.
do have a soft spot for that shark.
I would say B. I would put it.
Oh, most
Yeah,
certainly.
B.
Oh, 100%. High B,
I think
I'd
it's
say.
just above the Dodo, just below the Agurignathus.
It's quite an original animal as well, with like the proboscis like tongue.
This would rank higher if it wasn't so underused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had so
Sure.
much potential,
Definitely.
and then it was literally just abandoned after the autopsy.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
not good. Next we have the Mer creature.
I love these things.
I
Yeah.
love them.
Terrifying, but awesome.
Like this is an aquatic primate, which you rarely see in fiction, except for that stupid ass Discovery Mermaid documentary. It is a really cool creature.
Yes?
Yeah.
There's no denying.
I mean, I'm kind of biased because it's my personal favorite creature from Primeval, so I think, like, I don't think it's S, because I don't think it's quite got that impact or coolness factor, but I think A.
Yeah,
I think
so.
Yeah.
A definitely. The model looks really good as well, like
Yeah.
realistic wise.
The major problem with it is that is the mare queen, which is too big.
Yeah, I'd say A, but just slightly under the Smilodon.
Yeah, fair.
All right. Next we have another creature that's not as good, the Silurian Millipede.
Oh god, I forgot about that.
My favorite
I like
creature.
I mean, it could have been used more.
The reason it loses loads of points for me is that it's just the Arthroplura model.
It does drive one of the funniest scenes when Connor goes into the ball pit, and there was that fake out.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Abby gets pissed off at him.
But I mean, I think it's kind of cool because it gives a little bit more life into the Silurian. Because we only see the Silurian scorpion, but like it kind of gives the ecosystem a bit more life.
True.
True.
Yeah, it is a good point.
I do want to.
I'd say D, because
Yeah.
I don't think it's
Yeah,
terrible.
same.
It's not bad, but it has more potential.
Yeah, it only appears at one time. It's basically just there for scorpion food. Speaking of scorpions, he is our next creature.
Oh.
D. It's too over the top for me.
S tier.
I think just for the uniqueness and the coolness factor, I think A.
Yeah,
I mean,
I was.
it isn't
like, it's
necessary
beautiful.
for it to be 25 meters.
I like how it kills that cleaner asshole. That gets points for that.
That one random guy on the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This always made me, like, when I was younger and I first saw Primeval, this made me mildly scared to go anywhere near sand.
It's like
Yeah.
it's basically the concept of tremors, though, is the problem.
And I mean, 2 meters would have been enough for this creature.
The scorpion model is a cool toy too. I know we shouldn't be judging these creatures on their toys. Actually, the only problem is the feet always broke off. Somehow it still has all its feet.
Oh,
In the model of the scorpion and some of the close-up shots, you really do see like kind of like gritty detail on the model,
Oh, yeah.
and it really shows how realistic it looks.
Oh yeah, no, Silurian. I honestly, it's okay. I would honestly rate it a B, but if you guys are saying A, I don't mind putting it in the A tier.
I'd say A.
Hey,
All right, where on the A tier should this go?
Probably lower A.
probably lower. Yeah.
Mid to lower.
Plus, if John's saying B.
So maybe.
Oh my God, we've got the Ark Minister in here.
Hello, guys.
We are already at the last creature.
We're already at the second to last creature, but you can still join us. Yay! Yep. Oh, good. We're saying low A tier, but the question is, do we put it above or below the parasite?
above.
Really?
Yeah, above, I'd say.
I don't
Okay.
like the parasite, so.
I never really cared for the scorpion.
What about the Smilodon? Should it be below the Smilodon?
I'd say equivalent. I'm not sure though.
Yeah, I mean, I would
Yeah.
put it actually below Smilodon.
All right, so below Smilodon, above the parasite. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Columbian Mammoth.
I could honestly
Uh,
see this creature being like a Walking with Beasts episode.
Oh yeah, it looks pretty accurate.
Yeah.
It looks quite good.
It saved James Lester's life. You have to
Yeah,
give it
it's
points for
awesome.
that.
It's also one of the very few creatures to be able to actually take down a huge predator.
Honestly, I put it in C.
No,
I
it's
honestly would put it in high B, low A.
high
I
B
put
or
it in low A.
Low A.
I'd say low A. It's quite
All
good.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Above or below the parasite?
Above.
Ooh,
I'd say
yeah,
above.
Definitely
I'd put it
above.
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 What about the scorpion? I think it's between the Smilodon and the scorpion. Actually,
I'd put
yeah,
it
between
above
the
the
Smilodon
scorpion.
and the scorpion.
Yeah.
With that, our tier list is complete.
So far.
So
For now.
so far,
So far.
we have
To be
a lot of
continued.
more, two more for the original and one more for New World. All right, so I'm gonna read them off as we go. So in the S tier, we have the Silorosaurus Rex as number 1, the Future Predator coming slightly behind it, and then the Raptor. For A tier, we start things off with the Gorgonopsid, then we go to the Pteranodon, the Mer Creature, the Smilodon, the Columbian Mammoth, the Silurian Scorpion, and the Parasite. B tier, we started off with the Mosasaurus, then the Scutosaurus, and Eurygnathus, the Future Shark, the Dodo, the Arthroplura, and then the Fogworm at the bottom. C tier, we just have the Carboniferous Arachnid. D tier, we have the Silurian Millipede. And F tier, we have the Hesperornis and the Ammonite. Poor bastard.
Ammonite should be A tier.
I kind of feel bad for the Hesperornis. I think it should probably be in D tier at least, because it did kill that guy.
No, it deserves F.
okay.
I personally believe it should be higher, but most of you said F, so I put it in F.
I never really minded it. I didn't know people didn't care for it that much.
Do you want to move him to D?
I like the Hesperornis and the Ammonite.
All right, we'll move it to
I'd just put it
D.
in
Make
D.
make a new
Yeah.
tier between F and D. And just put it
The-
there.
Just
Purgatory.
Hesper on it.
Though we feel bad for it here.
Let's just put this force on a Mitch Everett's misery tier.
You should make a tier above S, just called God, and put the Ammonite up there.
The
The
god.
Ammonite literally just goes on screen and then
Just
dies.
put that one picture of Connor and Becca in there.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
So that was ranking the primeval creatures. I see we got. I'll just read the new list out because we decided to change the Hesperornis to D tier last minute. The microwave
Ammonite to
agrees
God
to.
tier.
No, it is not. The Ammonite is the worst creature in season 1.
It's a Giga Chad
They
Ammonite.
literally
I mean,
Just sits on a table and squishes about.
It's a beta male.
Chad, it's Chad
Ammonite
levels
was
on par with that.
armless.
They probably
It was a
just bought a
beta male.
squid from the store and just stuck it in a fake Ammonite shell and pushed it out.
It's more of a Chad than Becca. I'm just gonna say.